My name is Chris Carlson. I supervise the collaborative court unit for the DA's office, and I've been working the collaborative courts for 11 years now. Mental health court was started in this county in 2007, and I took it over in 2012, and we've gone from 20 to 25 people in the court to our highest numbers were close to 200. We have 3 separate mental health courts now. We only started out with one. One is for the full service providers, and I'll explain that in a bit. And the other is for, one is for certain number of cores. And there's a morning and afternoon, and half the cores are in the afternoon and half the courts are in the morning. When somebody gets referred to mental health court, for the most part, they are not connected up to a mental health provider. And when a case gets referred to me, I will look at the case, I'll look at the defendant's record, and make a determination if this is somebody that we would want to have in our mental health court. And then a release of information and a referral form is filled out by the defendant with the help of his attorney, and then those are sent over to behavioral health, the Department of Behavioral Health. The Department of Behavioral Health has clinicians that meet with the clients. If they're in custody, they go in the jail to meet them. If they're out of custody, they arrange to meet, and they do a mental health assessment, and they produce a report, and they connect the person up to a mental health, county contracted mental health provider. And in order to be eligible for county benefits, mental health benefits, you need to have what's used to be called an Axis 1 diagnosis, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder are the main diagnoses that we're dealing with. What level of service you get from your mental health provider depends on how functionally impaired you are, because there are a number of people that have, like schizophrenia, for example, that take their meds and are fully functioning members of society and really don't need help. They just need their medications. But the more functionally impaired you are, the higher level of service. The cores, which is a moderate intensity providers, they have a PSC to client ratio of 1 to 30 to 35. They are 8 to 5 only. They do have an on-call person at night, but that person does not come out. It's just they will respond to phone calls. They can see a psychiatrist pretty quickly if they call for cancellations, which can be very important if the meds are not working well or the defendant's having side effects from the medication. The full service provider, that's the highest level of service. There's one PSC. PSC is a personal service coordinator, kind of like their social worker, case manager. It's just 1 to 10 or less. They are 24/7. Somebody will come out 7 days a week, 24 hours a day if need be. They also have quick access to psychiatrists if they call the cancellation line every day. Once I get the assessment back, and I will look at that, relook at the file, and make a decision of whether or not to accept the person into mental health court. If I do accept them, which most of the people I do accept, they will then be put on the mental health court calendar, and in mental health court, they plead guilty or no contest, and they're placed on probation. And then they have weekly court appearances. And we get we have multidisciplinary team meetings before all of the courts, and we go through all the clients, hear from the provider, hear from probation, etc., on how people are doing. And if they're doing well, we think of incentives like gift cards to give them or praise. If they're not doing good, we talk about sanctions, like writing an essay, doing work project, and or including a jail sanction, but we try not to do that very much. And if somebody does well in mental health court for a year, they can get their case dismissed if there is no victim restitution outstanding. If there's victim restitution outstanding, they can still graduate, but their probation will not be reduced and their case will not be dismissed until that victim restitution is paid. Our mental health court was a subject of a review by San Jose State University professors, and they concluded that the people that went through mental health court had less hospitalizations and less encounters with law enforcement, new arrests, new convictions, etc. So this is a very successful program. It is really rewarding to see people turn their life around and get back on track. You know, people start reuniting with their families because previously they burned all the bridges. So it is very rewarding.